Well, it looks like the psychiatrist discovered a new disease. It's called growing up childhood disease, and they got a cure and a drug for every damn thing out there. And I got some good answers for these guys. I'm telling you right now, man, it's amazing these guys get away with this crap because I don't know, maybe the parents believe them. But if I saw a psychiatrist, if I had a kid, and if I saw a psychiatrist go anywhere near that kid, I'd beat the crap out of that bastard. Not the kid, the psychiatrist, right in front of the kid. I don't like those people, man. I really don't. Maybe I'm suffering from a psychosis or something. But anyway, it goes on to say that this girl, she was labeled as first-rate schizophrenia, which means she had all these conditions and she had to get a special antipsychotic, which was called Risperdal, which affects your brain and all this type of stuff. So, but basically, she had like these gangs following her and stuff, and thing is, they really were following her, so she wasn't like psychotic. I mean, it's almost like if you're walking down a dark alleyway in the middle of the night and somebody's like following you, you say, "Hey, you're psychotic. You need some meds." No, it's reality, you dummy. But so this guy gives her these meds, and she turns into basically her slim body ballooned out. Her legs were like tree trunks. Her eyes became dead looking. Her hair was lank, and she felt constantly tired. What a wonderful drug. So she got off the drug, and she was suffering from withdrawal symptoms. But my beef on this stuff is these guys got a whole code of snake oil. She never had this first-rate schizophrenia. There's no way they could, they got the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, DSM. It's like got all these versions. It started out in 1952. It was 130 pages long of BS. Now the fifth edition has got about almost 1,000 pages almost. They got a new one out there called Disruptive Mood Dysregulation Disorder, which essentially is you have temper tantrums and they consider it a mental illness. But they have all these catch-all phrases if you look into this stuff, not otherwise specified left and right. It's a pile of BS. But the thing is, there's a reason for it. And you'd be lucky if you get a doctor like this, but you don't. You're not going to get a doctor like this. The thing is, what happens is they're looking for money. That's all this damn thing is. It's money. These psychiatrists and psychologists, it's psychiatrists mainly, the ones, the drug pushers. They get all kinds of money. They're getting $150 to $200 an hour or more. And, it's almost like you'd have to go fire back and say this. Well, I'm going to pay you. Well, it's postponed. The payment's postponed, just like Obamacare. We postponed it. Oh, you're going to get paid. You mean you're worried about it? Oh, take a medication. You must be psychotic. You must be paranoid. You must be schizophrenic. Why are you worried? Do you have feelings that you're not going to get paid? Oh, no, we'll just postpone it. And then when it comes up, postpone it again. Tell him to take some more meds if he's worried about it, right? So that's what I have to say to these guys. And, I really would probably punch them right in the freaking nose. If they feel any pain, take some meds. Take some meds, damn it. I really don't like these people too much at all because I think they're worse than the religious people. See, in the place of the religious kooks and the Inquisition of the Middle Ages and stuff like that, where they're burning people at the stake and going after witch hunts, you got this stuff. You got medical science to the rescue. So that's the deal. You got, instead of witch hunts and you're not a believer and all this kind of crap, they went into this stuff. So there could have been some other thing way back in the time, but it's a power trip. That's really what it comes down to, and that's what I see these guys really are. Not the good doctor here, but but as far as what's going on in the psychiatric world, it's all about money. It's all about money. They wouldn't be doing it if they were getting paid a lot of bucks. If this was like a McDonald's $10 an hour job, they wouldn't be doing it. But it's a power trip, and it's basically BS because there's nothing like to say, are you wrong? Is your diagnosis wrong? No, because Somebody else diagnosed it different. Does that mean the other person's not wrong? No, because there's no measurements. There's nothing, no empirical evidence to say that you're paranoid or schizophrenic, or you're suffering from childhood tantrums or whatever the hell it is, or you got another not otherwise specified disorder, disease. And that's the catch-all phrase that they put in their diagnostic manual. So, they just want to pass out drugs and they make money. So, it's like I don't really have nothing against the medical profession, like when they're actually, I guess the medical profession could go too excessive with pharmaceuticals, but at least they're diagnosing something that says, A, you got a tumor, A, you got a problem here, A, you got diabetic, it's like they got a measurement, they have a measurement. But here they just look at a person, hey, you tripped, you skinned your knee. Oh, you need meds. Are you depressed? Oh, bullshit. It's like they get away whatever they can. But the thing is, you got to stop paying them. You have to say, postpone your payment. What are you, paranoid? You're going to get paid. Then postpone it again. Just keep postponing it. What are you, paranoid? Hey, take some meds. Hey, if you feel like down and depressed about not getting paid, Mr. Psychiatrist, psychologist, just take some more meds. You'll get paid. Don't be paranoid. Don't be schizophrenic. Take some more meds. You get paid, and then postpone it again. Anyway, one of the worst things you could do to a girl, too, besides if you really want to make her depressed, if she already was slim and her legs balloon out like tree trunks, that will make her depressed real fast. I mean, if you want to really make her depressed, and I've heard about some of these antidepressants, they do make you blow up like a balloon. And that's something you don't want to do. You don't want to do that to no young girl, for sure. So, she was being bullied for real. And if it's your imagination, it's almost like, can you imagine a psychiatrist out on the battlefield? Ha, 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 ha. He'd be drugging everybody up. Hey, you scared of the enemy? Here, take some Ritalin. Are you nervous? Here, take some of this shit. Everybody'd be like a fucking zombie. There'd be no wars. Everybody'd be drugged out. These guys are unreal, man. It's like, the thing is, you can't pay them. That's the deal. So, anyway, but this is a regular doctor. This is not a one of them psychiatrists, psychologists. A real doctor has to analyze something that's wrong with your body and then figure it out from there. In other words, they say, hey, you're anemic, you're diabetic, your heart rate's too high, your freaking cholesterol's too low, your cholesterol's too high. They got a measurement. And maybe they give you meds, and maybe you could do it the natural way. But at least they have a measurement and a prescribed set procedure where this drug is going to counteract the effects of something that can be scientifically measured. When in the case of psychiatrists and psychologists, man, you got like growing up disease, It's like things happen during times when you grow up and you run into situations and they're freaking drugging them out. So the whole manual is a bunch of BS, but you know what I keep saying? Don't pay them. Don't pay them. Do like Obama did with Obamacare. Postpone it. Postpone it. If they get paranoid and they get worried, what are you getting upset for? Take some meds. Ha ha ha. Don't pay those suckers. That'll fix it.